Hey everybody, it's Richard. Welcome to Doseofrich, bitch! On to the next Richspiration. It's been a while since I actually did the last Richspiration. My last Richspiration was actually the success sessions I did with one of my good friends, Tiana, and I'm from middle school. Check out the channel, Randomania. Anyways, today I want to do a different topic. Something new, something different. Kind of similar to the ones I did before, but something much more significant, I feel, and much more specific. And the topic of today's Richspiration is saying that you are royalty. Same thing I could be without it. So that you are the king or the queen of your life. Now, the reason I say this topic is because I've been walking around a lot lately. Obviously, humans walk around, you know, everybody walks around, but I've been walking around without music for a while. And like, you know me, I love music. If you see me on live chat on Instagram, I always play music. I love music. I have many different types of diverse music. But for these past few weeks, I made a conscious decision to not listen to music outside for the past few weeks. I'm not saying that music is bad and it sucks, but I wanted to see if I would be happy without the music. If I could be... What I did was that the past few weeks I've walked around, I've drawn, you know, I've run around the bus, I've had the music, because I wanted to feel if I still had that supreme confidence I've had when I had music. It's amazing, but I'll get new headphones in a couple of weeks. I'm really excited about that. Everything in Rich do. What is the point of all this? The point of all this is that I'm trying to say is that I should feel like a king or a queen no matter what happens. That's who you are, whether you want to believe it or not. There is one thing, no matter how flawed you are, there is one thing you are good at, and there is one thing that people remember you by. If you don't know, you have to do a little bit of soul searching. Like, you could be really good at drawing, cooking, you know, freestyle. Really good at, you know, video games, you know, driving cars, you know, architecture, music, many different fields. There's many different things you can do, and in order to be a king, you must know that what separates the king and the warrior. I actually saw this from a really good quote from a movie, Bahubali. You know, this Bollywood movie, my bad. Shoutouts to Ravine. So he showed me that movie, and there was a really great quote. I believe it was Bahubali's aunt told like one of the guards, because Bahubali and his actual, if I'm not mistaken, cousin, they were actually in a war. In this war, what they had to do was that they had to kill basically the main enemy. And whoever killed the main enemy first could be crowned king. The thing was, they fought. Bahubali and his cousin, they fought the hordes and the hordes of their men. They tried all they can. There was one scene in particular where Bahubali noticed his brethren, his actual companions from his land, taken by the enemy. They were all chained down, so he made a decision. Should I kill my companions to get to the enemy, or should I save them? So he made a choice, and his cousin made his choice. So what his cousin did was that he killed his own people from his land to get to the enemy. Bahubali did was really smart. Actually, he threw some type of mechanism, I forgot what it was called, that tied their legs together, that made them able to go on the ground while Bahubali and his other teammates can go in and go straight to the enemy without killing the actual people. He did all that, right? Now, when the time came for them to fight the main enemy, Bahubali was fighting. He had his ropes on to the enemy, and he was about to kill him until his cousin came out of nowhere and killed him, which must mean that he actually won, and he's actually, quote-unquote, the king. And he actually went and they actually talked to Bahubali's aunt about the king should be Bahubali's cousin. Guess who became king? Bahubali. And you know why Bahubali became king? I'll tell you why. Bahubali's aunt, if I'm not mistaken, said this: if you kill 100 men, you are a great soldier. If you save just one person, you are God. Now, no matter your religious beliefs, this is Bollywood, this is a whole different scenario. But that being said, what she's basically saying is that a king saves people. A king or a queen saves people. That's what Bahubali did, and that what granted him the rank of king. Every time when I walk out on the street, I always feel like I'm the king no matter where I go, no matter what I do. I always imagine a cape in the back of me, you know? So, that is the key no matter what. You have to know that you are the shit, because you are the shit, whether you want to believe it or not. The thing is, the crazy thing is, you know, so many people, they lack self-esteem. What's crazy, life gets them down. When you're young, if you remember the video I had, is Why You Should Be a Kid Again, this plays back to when you were young. We had all this faith, we pretty much thought we were invincible, But as we got older, we lost that. We actually lost what it meant to take risks. Now, what a king does, or a queen does, they take risks, they take initiative, they care for their people. They're a cut above the rest. Now, a cut above the rest, you may say, hey, I'm a king. So, does it mean I'm better than everybody? Yeah, you go around to people saying, oh, hey, I'm the king. It's not like that. What I'm trying to say is that you know of your own self-worth. I know that everybody is a king or queen in their own right. That's my perspective. That's such an empowering perspective when you look upon that, right? When you treat yourself as royalty, you'll gain a lot of things. You'll self-respect, self-esteem. You see yourself in a higher light. More better equipped to help other people around you. You're more better equipped to give service to other people. Now, when you implement this in your life will change drastically because you know that you are the main character of your own life. Where, like I said, whenever I walk, I always imagine a cape behind me, my head up high, my chest up high, exuding confidence. That's what I want to tell all of you guys, because it's so important for you to feel like you're confident. You may think like, oh, I'm too old. Oh, never too old to do anything in this world. You could do anything you want. The most ludicrous things happen in this world, and we never think of attempting to do the same things because we're too scared. It's natural to be scared, but don't not let fear cripple you. Not do what you want to do. That's like the biggest failure of them all. Self-doubt is the biggest failure of them all. I know how self-doubt feels. But as a king, I know that what a king would do is that he would rise above that self-doubt and he would look for the best in every situation. You know, whenever you go through something, ask yourself, what would a king or queen do? You really want to be your best self. Think of it and say, what would a king or queen do? What is the best decision I would make? I'm not trying to say overanalyze everything, like, oh, you know. It's okay to have fun, it's okay to chill. A king has a balance. He has fun, he has responsibility. It's a balance. To make it simple, being a king or a queen is like managing school, managing family. You have to be successful, but you cannot forget the people that help you to be successful in the first place. So it's a balance. You have to keep that balance. That's another great example of a king or a queen. High confidence, like as I say again, these are all very important concepts I want you to grasp. If you're really having trouble on really garnering self-esteem for yourself, you might say, well, how do I start? How do I start being a king or being a queen? First off, you have to realize that you already are one to begin with. It starts with an initial belief, because our beliefs are so powerful and shape our everyday life. Every day, even though I don't feel like it, I have to remind myself I'm a king, because some days I really do feel like shit. But I have to remind myself that I am great. The out there is great. There is no difference between you, the garbage man, and the millionaire. You all are equal. You all equal in the eyes of God. Whether you believe in God or not, but you are all equal regardless, because you all are humans. You all have human potential, human spirit. They just are at a different level of journey than you. They might be better than you in a certain thing, but it doesn't mean you cannot achieve those same heights. It doesn't mean you cannot be as great as them. You know what I mean? When you think that people are better than you and you can never amount to being as great as them, you just put yourself on a low pedestal, and humans are not meant to be put on a low pedestal. We do any freaking thing possible because we are limitless potential. People go faster, run faster, do bigger and better things, and anything hollow because they believe. Don't stop looking for belief. So that's why I say, think of yourself as king or queen first. You still need help. You've convinced yourself you're king or queen. If you have a problem, let's say, loving yourself, try to look at yourself in the mirror and love myself 10 times in the mirror. See if you can say it. If you flinch, that probably must mean that you have a little bit of self-doubt. Nothing wrong with that, but just try saying that. Self-love is so important initially. Because once you have love for yourself, you give to other people. And what does a king and queen do? They give to other people. They help out their comrades and the people and their friends. We are all one in this entire world. We all are different. You know, people fuck up, people do crazy shit too. It's not that black and white in this world, but what I'm just telling you is that a king and a queen will try to do their best for everybody in this world. Everybody is too random. Everybody has their own story. You cannot judge everybody to begin with because everybody has their own situations in which you know nothing about. You might think that you may know a certain demographic or a field of people and their situation, but until you actually met the person or actually done in deep research about what they believe in or who they actually are, you cannot be really the one to judge. So, you have to be really careful about what you're saying, you know. Granted, your situation may be horrible. I can't judge your situation, of course, but being a king also means you have to be, in a way, open-minded. You know, look across different things. I'm not telling you to be an idiot. I'm not telling you to not be realistic. Of course, you have to be realistic. And the interesting thing is that, basically, You know, I remember growing up, I think the reason why I have such a strong-willed personality because I fucked up so many times in my life. I mean, I'm not talking about, like I said, big things, but I'm talking about I would mess up at the simplest, minuscule tasks. I would just completely fuck up on, and I would always get bad rep over it. I wouldn't always be the best student in class. I mean, I was a nice guy, but I would always make really bad mistakes. I would always crazy things like, you know, leaving the oven on or other things like that. A lot of shit, and that made me feel very, very bad about myself. And I was in the mood where I remember I was just beating myself up. Now, that's not good. Guilt is a good thing in a way if it makes you change, but the solution should not be to beat yourself up. You should not beat yourself up. If you beat yourself up, you lose, in my opinion. Don't do it. You should treat yourself with a lot of respect. Treat yourself as a king would. If a king messes up, he looks at his mistake. He's like, alright, I made a mistake. How can I do better next time? He always looks at the bright side, not ignoring the bad side. Like, okay, I did wrong here, but how can I do better? He always looks for the side of the situation. Because if he did it, well then, what would be his empire? What would be his actual crown be worth if he didn't take charge? You know what I mean? You have to believe that you have an invisible crown on your head the whole time. You know, everybody has insecurities. Everybody has problems that they face in their lives. And voice for you guys, that's fucking awesome. Because I want to be that man. I think that's pretty much it, guys. So, like I said again, be a king, be a queen of your, you know, be comfortable in your own skin. Love yourself. Everybody's different anyways. Don't try to fit in. That's a fucking trap. Human nature for everybody to fit in. For people to want to fit in with other people. But it's much, much better when you're comfortable in your own skin. So everybody's unique and weird in their own way. You are unique and weird people who look up to you even further than if you would just follow the crowd. If you're unique and weird, you do the greatest things in society because that's what humans are meant to be. Even though we need each other, but we were born different. Everybody is different, all equal, but different. We should all be equally respected. We are all different. And we should use our difference to make us excel even higher to our full potential. And that's it, guys. That's basically what I wanted to say. I appreciate all the support. Shout out to my bro Ravine. Shout out to pen pal Kevin from Ecuador. You know, last time I spoke to Kevin, basically what happened is that me and him made the promise that we were gonna go after our dreams no matter what and be ever so close to his goal. Kevin, he's trying to do business, and me, I'm trying to do Doseofrich, and I intend to make that shit happen for you guys and for me myself as well. So, thank you guys for everything. I really like what you guys have done for me over the past few months with the support. Like, subscribe, share, like my Facebook, follow my Twitter, follow my Instagram, share it, click that damn bell so that you guys can be notified of every respiration, every art tutorial, every art video I do in general. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Stay a king, stay a queen. I know how it feels to feel like shit. I know how it feels to feel like you're not good enough, but I want you to know that if you're watching this, I love you, you are worthy, you are more than enough, you deserve to have a seat in this world, and you are important. But that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching once again, and as always, guys, stay awesome. Peace.